Welcome back, everybody. We will get started in just a minute. Just waiting for a few more people to fill the room. I will get you all unmuted in the meantime, and we will work just like last. If you'd like to, you can use the question box and chime in with any thoughts, or raise your hand, or just you should be muted from our side. If you need to control it from your side to keep down background noise or unmute yourself locally, you could do that and be able to engage directly. Should be good. Paul, you want to just give a test to make sure you can?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, perfect.
Thanks,
So I
guys.
think everyone should be good.
Okay, I'm back.
There we go. Everybody's unmuted and instructed and ready to roll. I'm going to make you the presenter now, Mark, and be good to go.
Okay. And Jeff, you and I guess Dee are monitoring the chat and questions.
And if I will likely be away for a bit, so Dee's going to take control. And, chime in. Thanks.
All right, perfect. And I'm going to ask somebody to put their hand up, and
Just did the sound check with Paul, so he was good. So Paul's, we know he's live. So you want to raise your hand, Paul? There you go.
And let me just get to this real quick. Okay. Paul?
Yes, sir.
Let's have some fun. Do you have a use case that we want to try to develop together? I've got a whole library, but let's use the opportunity to build something out.
Okay, so are we talking about a property, like a property that I have listed? Is that something you want to work on, or what would you?
We can do that. I don't want to, anything you want to attack, that's the objective here. So let's attack it. Let's see what the best result is we can come up with together.
So it's something like that, or I think something all of us, and I'm not sure if everybody's done this, so I'm just going to throw it out there, but has everyone created a master prompt? And maybe there's some guidance, Mark, you could give with that. And what I mean by that is not about perhaps something that you're pursuing, but the master prompt that tells ChatGPT who you are and how you operate, and then you go into like your target marketing and all that stuff. And is that something we could do, or is that something that you would find useful to do on this episode?
Yeah, but is everyone in support of that? Just a quick
yes,
thumbs up.
Like,
Okay.
I'm not sure how many of us have actually done a master prompt, because once you create a master prompt, of course, that's how ChatGPT will help. It helps ChatGPT think like you do, right? So, so I just think it's kind of important.
Yep. We're getting good support for that. All right, perfect. So let's start with CRE Mentor. And actually, okay. And so, Paul, yes, let's do it like I'm interviewing you. And we'll go from there.
Sure.
Paul, what is it that you do?
Okay, so I'm a commercial real estate broker with KW Commercial. I am founding partner and managing director of our 2 market centers for KW Commercial, located in Scarsdale, New York, and in the Bronx, New York. And I'm also the regional vice president Northeast for our supply chain, logistics, and manufacturing division for our SCLM CRE group. And I'm also the Metro New York director for government services for our national group.
And if I were to ask you, what are the number one objectives that you have, or what the KPIs would be that determine your success month in, month out, year over year? What would you say they are?
So what my target, I mean, I can talk about like a target market. Would that be? I guess that's kind of where I would lean.
Okay, hold on. Let me just pause this for a second. Let's see what comes up. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
So I'm going to do something. I'm going to take this out for a moment.
Sorry, we got juggling a lot of hats. You want to believe it.
A full presence inside of your Keller Williams ecosystem. Okay. And so does this accurately reflect what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, I run and manage the offices and the agents in the commercial division, and then of course I broker.
Okay.
So I'm wearing about 5 or 6 hats probably.
Okay. And so this is perfect. This is exactly where hopefully the CRE coach can come to work. And so what is the question you want to ask it?
So what do I want to ask it?
Yeah, what do you want to know? So you're putting this profile in. So this kind of a master prompt.
I guess like it's a good question. I mean, that's just more or less what I do. I think that as a managing director, I would like to create systems of like that help me oversee and work more effectively and efficiently, as a manager, and also allow me time to broker, because I love to broker. It's still my one of my primary focuses is to close deals.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to make time for that.
Okay, so, and I just got a message from Tracy, and Tracy, I'm going to absolutely take him in that direction in a minute. I'm trying to reveal something to him. Okay, so, and to everybody. So this is great. Now, and again, it's kind of, don't be uncomfortable with expressing something here, but what is it something you would like to solve for? What is a problem that you're encountering that you would want to attack?
So I think my looking at this, my biggest problem always is time management. That's my biggest thing, I think, is fitting it all into one day. I'm usually up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still at the office now. You know what I mean? It's going to be a 14-hour day. So I mean, that's really it. Time management's huge for me.
So how can I manage all of these priorities well and successfully? And Tracy, this is yes, she just sent me a heart, so must be doing something okay. Yeah, I'm trying to unlock for you what I use this, again, this mentor, this coach all day long. When I'm encountering different challenges, whether it's time management, whatever it is, I'm getting used to putting that into the coach, just dictate, gosh, I'm trying to solve for this. And there we go. Paul, my friend, with everything you're carrying, of course, time management feels like the choke point. You're essentially operating 3 regional directors, blah, 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 blah. So let's break it down in a way that actually works for someone operating at your level, not the watered down, use a calendar nonsense. That sounds like, yeah.
I love that.
First, you don't have a time management problem. You have a role prioritization problem. Guys like you, founder, did always think it's time management. The real issue is all tasks look equally important because of your roles all of your roles are important until you separate what only Paul can do, what someone else can do with direction, and what should be eliminated entirely. You'll always be in 14-hour days, so let's fix that at the foundation. Identify your CEO task versus operator task. Only you can do that. So that's a task only you can do. These tasks produce massive leverage, cannot be delegated, move the organization forward. Your goal is spend 80% of your day here. Operator task, something someone else can do.
Wow.
Then, right. And then step 2, your role hierarchy. This is your North Star, right? Paul, the revenue generator, deals relationship negotiation. This is priority 1. Paul, the leader, number 2. High value, but not every hour. Paul, the manager, that's what's killing your time. We need to offload this ASAP. Step 3, build a 3-layer support system. You cannot run this operation alone. Here's the structure top producing KW leaders use. Administrative assistant, CRE specific marketing team, AI support funnel. Structure your day like a regional director, not like a broker. Here's a schedule that works for someone at your level. 4 a.m. to 6, CEO work only. 6 to 10, revenue producing. 10 to 2, leadership tasks. Man, this looks like what I used to do for doctors' offices in their scheduling. 2 to 4:30, delegated admin, low value tasks. Hard stop, 4:30.
Guys,
I always tell people the work's going to be there tomorrow.
Yeah, guys, listen, I don't mean to take up too much of a share of time on this. If you want to, this is incredible. It's really incredible. Is this going to be saved in the conversation on tape?
It will, but I can do better. I can share this with you, and you can keep interrogating it based on the prompts that follow.
Yeah.
Paul, and then
yeah, if you could share that with me, that way I don't take up everybody else's time. But
yeah.
Thank you so much, and everybody for giving me that space. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, it's huge, and this is what I'm hoping. I'm really hoping I can show you guys how to use this in game-changing way. And what Tracy was pointing to,
And that's the CRE Mentor section. Right?
I was using CRE Mentor for that, and it's a 24/7 coach. That's why I was trying to show you from there. But Tracy was coaching perfect persona, if I'm not mistaken. Where'd she go? Yep. And use the quick start prompt. Boom.
Hey, Mark, can I just jump in here for a second? Put my 2 cents worth in.
Well, I was waiting.
So the reason why I said persona was because he asked about a master prompt, right? Like how does the system know who he is? And what I was saying was, if he starts at the very base level, like if he clicks that quick start prompt that you just clicked on, it's going to ask questions that starts out with what's your region, what's your market, what are you specializing in? And then from there, you could have hopped into that mentor. You could have kept on asking questions. This goes back to what Hank was asking in the first call when he said, I have the persona link and it has information, about me, and I was able to go in and use the lease. The reason why Hank was able to do that, because Hank was using this. Hank has run his personas already. He was using that same tool. And so it already remembered him basically. So if you want this system to remember you is not necessarily a master prompt that you need because it's already programmed for that. You need to start with letting the persona know, who are you? You know, who are you? What do you do? What are you trying to do? What are you about? And then you can save that as a project. And you can save that in the project folder that's over there to the left. And then whenever you go in to work on something, it's there. So let's say if you went into the mentor and talked to the system about this time management problem that you've got, then it automatically remembers because, hey, you did this exercise in the perfect persona that I know your market, I know who you are, I know what you do. So anything else that you do, you just keep it in that project folder and it's going to continually remember who you are. Does that make sense? Am I communicating that clearly?
Yes, yes, you are. Question for you. If I've already, let's say I've already created a master prompt, which I have, but the thing is that it didn't come out like this, okay? So this is great. So, but I guess because I was using the original chat, could I take the master prompt from my original chat as well and combine it with persona?
You can take it and put it in there, but I would treat this as what Mark was demonstrating. Treat it like a coach. Like a coach, you wouldn't come in with a master prompt. You wouldn't give me a paragraph or 2 paragraphs or however long your prompt is to tell me something about you first. We would dialogue like what Mark just demonstrated in the mentor, right? Because it's a coach. So if you sit down and start fresh
I see.
with,
Okay,
right, and that's going to give you better results.
great advice. Okay, great. That's great. All right. I hope everybody got as much help with that as I did. Thank you so much.
Yep.
You're so welcome.
Well,
Mark,
let's,
Joseph McCardle has his hand up.
yeah, Joseph?
No, I got stuff out of that, but I keep running in my limit. Pet GPT limit.
You have the free plan?
Yes.
Yes, this is what we were talking about last week when I was saying that you can use the free plan, but you're going to run out. You're going to hit a wall. That's the wall you hit. So you need to upgrade to the plus.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
But spend the $20. It's worth it.
Yeah, we are all in the ROI business. And it's also really hard because people come at all, I put me in the same bucket with you. People are always coming at us from every direction with the latest tool, this, tip this, trick this, and those little $20 here, $100 and 50, it adds. It adds up, and I'm always weary. Most of you probably figured out I really do give a darn about each of you individually and the success journeys that you're on. And I've been in this industry for over 20 years, trying, developing solutions to support what you do. And I'm always stuck in the thought of you do with an industry, you don't do to it. And that's carried a long way. And even when Dee and me and Jeff and a handful of the guys that formed a Pavonis group, created an investment fund and started putting RealNex together, I could show you our original blueprint. Everything was about what we call price value, which should have a disproportionate value to whatever price you're paying, if it's going to be relevant. And really trying to keep this in a picture of less than a cup of coffee every day, to be able to unlock all of this to you. We don't control ChatGPT and what they're doing on a business model, but always going to try to keep this as probably one of the most important tracks that you'll experience in your careers, where this brings everything together and all aspects of what you do and levels you up you know, if you talk to Melanie, I laugh when we talk, and it's like, is that the best return on investment that you've ever gotten? Yeah, she got 3 deals in a week and a half using the platform, and it's not meant to be just a point solution. But also test and validate. I'm trying to stand in the gap for a lot of you by I'm spending my own money, my own time, really going in and really pounding this and trying to get there. And I applaud, you know, Paul. It's really when we have discussions like we're having open and we're trying to figure it out together, that we can really stress and make this thing better for all of you. And so it's not just about putting a solution to you. I'm looking forward to celebrating all of your successes as you come out of this, and also delivering an option B away from CoStar. I shouldn't name them by name, so I won't. Let me just say an option B, we'll call it from Death Star. All this information should be commoditized and it's out there. And that's what hopefully is being revealed to all of you too, how accessible it is and effective. You still have to verify and validate. You have to interrogate your data. Not everything's going to be 100% perfectly right every time, but it's going to be way more right than wrong. So Tracy, I appreciate your help on that side. Let's get another person to step up and let's try.
Has his hand up, Mark?
Manuel?
Hey, Mark, how are you?
Outstanding.
It's been a minute. I haven't been up to Stafford in quite a while, but definitely did. I see Kevin at the office every now and then. So I think I think the master prompt is really good and informative. What I would like to see, and I know Melanie personally, I think it's great getting the listings. I think it's going to be a vital tool, and this is a game changer. And I would advise everybody to go ahead and invest those $20 in ChatGTP because this will definitely change the game. And I went a little bit higher on ChatGTP because I saw the value. But what I would like to see, like Paul originally we had discussed, is once we do get the listing, being able to go ahead. The hard part is selling it once you get it. It's for me, I've never had a problem getting a listing. It's selling it has always been the challenge, or leasing it has always been the challenge.
Okay, so let's bring Melanie's back up so we don't create that from scratch. And let's approach it from here since there's a familiarity. So, she had to win the listing. And, you know, I didn't appreciate, I always like to add a little bit of color. Probably don't need to, but I was working with 2 young men here in Houston, 2 brothers who jumped into the business, and they were approaching Kevin. Hey, you know, we've heard RealNex is pretty good, but how can we use it to go find deals? And Al Buchanan always says, find deals, win deals, close deals. Mark, that's what it's all about. If you don't have, if you're not relevant to one of those 3, you shouldn't even be on the call with us. Okay, so great. So these brothers come in, and I said, well, okay. Kevin says, can you help them out? I said, well, there's instructors and coaches out there that do it. Oh, they want to work with us. And so I sat down with them for weekend after weekend for about 2 months. So it started in April. So we're through June. And they're off and running. They're navigating the system. They're doing their prospecting. They're putting their proposals together. And it was right around September, I get this phone call. Mark, I have a problem. What's going on? I've got 20 listings, but no one taught us how to find people to the counterparties for those deals. So then it became, okay, let me go show you how to find the prospects. And then come October, I just wanted to, I put a little follow-up in. I call them, I can't reach them. It's like a month goes by and I get this call back around Christmas. Hey, Merry Christmas, Mark. I'm like, guys, yeah, I invest a lot of time and you can't even return my call. It's, oh, we closed a whole bunch of listings and we decided to take a quarter off and we're traveling across Asia and blah, 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 blah. And, but that cycle, I learned an awful lot about how hard it is to do what you do and the processes. And that's where I started to measure it, and I found 70% on average of your time is wasted on non-viable activity, whether it's trying to originate deals or in the process of converting deals. That is a lot of what I call non-value added, and that began the attack of how do I eliminate that. And so if you look at where I really have refined my skills inside of here, she shaped the deal. So this is her trying to win the deal. So Manuel, can you see what I have on the screen here?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can, Mark.
Yeah,
that was a hilarious story. It was hilarious.
And it's all true. And they never even sent me a Christmas gift. Right. But so we go through here, and this is about the winning and an impeccable output, KPIs, everything that she won the listing. But in the process, I need to know who the other side of the deal can be. And so you see it's producing prospective types. And gosh, I could take that for granted, but I really want to know why that is a fit. And so we get all the way through here. And now you see I'm going after perfecting the attack plan. So please generate a call script for initial outreach. Also generate an email script. Provide a list of the right contact, email, and phone numbers if available in a matrix. Reference the specific context. Use the LinkedIn profile. I should have said their LinkedIn profile to further nuance the call, and or email scripts to tailor it. What I further learned experientially and would add to this is the search the company profile as well and use external news as indications of probability, right? And I've learned to tell the system to tell me why these are the best, what other factors contributed to defining that these are the best, rank prioritize those based on the attributes, and then I can start working from there. But it's also giving me the messaging to talk to them specifically. Yeah, gosh, I'm like you, I was in sales for a long time, and everyone hates cold call. Everyone hates that first, whether it's a call or you walk in and you meet somebody and you have nothing yet. You either didn't do your research before you got on the phone with them. I've said multiple times to people, I hate getting a call from a broker about a deal or about my holdings, and it's clear they've done no research. Yeah, it's in the receiving end of that, they hate that. They can process. And why would, if you weren't good enough to invest your time to know me and what I need and want and what you're bringing to me is relevant, why would I trust you, right? And so trying to get the system to help me down that path, if you send a generic email and say, look, given your Dutch brother site acquisition background, this stacks cleanly and can support, right, it's getting specific to them and what's known about them. So I'm not going to start a conversation with a blank sheet. I mean, that's fun. You know, it's fun to try to do that, but it's not very effective on scale. And also helping me understand, because of the prospects that are being identified in the type of deal, it is already guiding me in terms of objections that are likely to come up. And let's take it down. Personalization line, noted your role. And so it's about learning to speak to them. Now let's look at what's going on the matrix that came out of it. Here I have the contact, I have the title, leadership role, the LinkedIn profile. What I've learned to do is, let's see, I want to be precise. Yeah, so I've got 7,700 direct connects on here, and what I do is I upload that with the system, so I can look across my whole base and leverage it. And so here, I'm trying to pull that in. So, Manuel, isn't it better to, when you think about your progression, so you won the listing and you have a clear plan day by day outlined above of how you're going to market and then begin your outreach. And I mean, you have a cadence, it'll count, it'll put it right on your calendar, and you're going through this. Having a plan like this doesn't guarantee success, but it certainly reduces the risk of failing. Having a more qualified lead list to start out that was discerned on fit for that particular, based on known information. So you're not going to a CoStar and downloading 500 leads from their database and then calling each one trying to get to know them. These are known targets that fit the profile.
No,
And
and
again,
and I saw that, Mark, and I think it was really good. I did see it when you did it with Melanie when we had the original presentation. I thought it was great. And I started the process last week after the first week of training, which upgrading the account and using the GPTs and getting more familiar with them. I'm really looking forward to working with each GTP to see how they can help me with my current business. So I think it's really good.
Well, you're local too, so Kevin is setting up for a couple of folks to come into the slow week next week. So he has a couple of folks coming in, and he wants me to sit down with them and really run a rigor of helping them refine their business plan, their attack strategy. They're not happy with the progression they're making, the number of deals they're getting, the deals they have that aren't closing, and they're wanting to really go through and put that through the system to engineer a new attack plan to improve the effectiveness. And so you might call Kevin and just jump in on some of that.
No, I'll definitely go ahead and look into that. Like I said, Kevin's always been great. You've been great when I've been down there. So I thank you for that.
So it is about the other side of the deal. As I've learned, I used to get so excited about helping someone win deals and then say, okay, the rest is up to you and figure it out. But yeah, Alan Buchanan's right. Find, win, close. It's about the getting paid at the end of the day. And if I can help you stop spending that 70% on non-value add activity and really targeted selling like this, if we do the same Some of you, not everyone was on the earlier call, so I will, and Paul, I will send your GPT after I get off the call. When I get to this one. And again, we have Charlotte on the call, so she knows her market probably pretty well. I'm not. So I've learned it's helpful to give a picture of the property, but it's not always there. You know, I don't always have the information on hand. So many of these I start out with just putting the address in of the property. I used our office multiple times, and I'm off to the running. But what I'm focused on in this particular case, I want to get to a buyer matrix, and I want the prospects rated so I can work top to bottom. And then I want it to give me a strategy, you know, best strategy. And where's my quote? I always finish it with, is there anything I should have asked that I did not ask for building my best prospect? Great, it does this. I can, at the very end of this, create a detailed strategy and action plan for converting this deal successfully. I can stop with something just as simple as that. Let me do something different.
Hey, Mark, quick question.
Yep.
Okay, so one thing that I'm really looking forward to, so this particular model, CRE Marketing Hub, is filled with the RealNex data in terms of the properties. So it has connection to these properties. Yes or no?
Not yet.
Okay, because I was thinking as I load properties into RealNex that may not be in RealNex, you know, I was wondering if that was going to be automatically set up somehow securely through CRE Marketplace and ChatGTP. I didn't know the connection there.
I guarantee you that is coming. Hold on a second.
And the reason I asked is because I saw the connection that you had that ChatGTP with Melanie's presentation, that it did come up with the names of contacts. I thought that maybe perhaps it pulled it from the RealNex database.
Nope, not even a little at that time. Not even, because we were not even closed with the deal yet, and so it wasn't even touching that. But we are building the ability. I'll show you what also, this is an important value add for everyone that stayed on this call. Let me see. So we are almost finished with the build of what you're about to see. I've been trying to keep this mostly about CRE marketing, but since it's going to be a big value add on this side. So we have captured is the wrong word, emptied out my bank account. We have the 44,243,959 properties worth of data from the US, acquired through relationship with First American Title. So you have all the assessor data. So been able to extract out all the transaction history from 2017 forward, have been able to let those been able to extract investor profiles out for all the buyers and sellers of those properties. And the companies. And so in a previous example that I gave on analyzing Florida based on multifamily transactions over periods from 2017 to now, where's the best place for us to expand our firm, add agents, do whatever. All I did is I went to multifamily in the database, and I filtered for the lovely state of Florida. And there were 106,000 transactions that happened. I exported this data set and uploaded it to GPT and had it analyze it based on those actual transactions. And it gave me the incredible report off of that and a business plan. And here, let me switch this to, and again, it's also got where the loan data is published. I'm able to look at the debt, the interest rates, types of loans, maturity dates, going in values on the transaction. So now I have a comparative to going in versus current market. So when I'm reaching out to somebody, I'm able to talk intelligently about prospective returns from the sale, or help them with their recap, or I'm not going in naked and into a first discussion, and can be a lot more credible no matter what side of the deal I'm on, if I'm able to have that kind of info, right? And so here on the company side, I'm in a development environment, so this is in its final build stages. So you will see maybe a few gaps because you're seeing in the where did it go? There we go. So yes, I want to attach this whole database to ChatGPT, so you're able to harness the information that is readily available in this database. And when you're looking for prospects, if you have a listing, you want to be able to say, you know, what property types and subtypes, what markets they're invested in, what their min price, max price is on their deals, their last transaction, to see how active they are. And that's also going to get you a more effective prospecting foundation. Would you agree?
Yes, I definitely agree. I think that'd be great. I understand the confidentiality and security with ChatGPT, but you're much smarter than I am. I'm trying to figure out how that would happen.
Well, this is our right?
Yeah.
This is not someone else's data, and I'm not the Death Star. So I'm not trying to become a co-owner of every one of your commissions. What I'm trying to do is reveal that data can be and should be more commoditized to the function of what you do. And so we have invested a lot of money and time to get this database built and producing these type of outputs. And if I come to my real database, it'll really show you the destination that is.
And Mark, I know we're running close to time, but I also have Tara has her hand up as well.
Okay. One last thing, and this is important, so you know, the first big thing was getting CRE Marketing Hub inside of RealNex. It's inside the box. So think about it. Today, it's like Microsoft Office. It's sitting here. It's part of the bundle. But the next stage that we're already moving to is writing the Python scripts, because you can't integrate directly to ChatGPT. And so, but with a Python script, we can build the flow so that you're able to access the data. So yeah, literally I started with exporting a record and bringing that one record up into ChatGPT and running the analytics on it. And what I want you to be able to do is pick that right from the system. Dee's also working on another component of the platform that will source everything that's available in the market. So if you're on the leasing side, you're working with a tenant, sorry, and you're trying to do a market survey, it will pull everything that's out there immediately into a survey constructed, very beautiful, able to sit with the client and disqualify, qualify things they want to see, walk right into the tour process. All of that function is fast coming your way with these moves. So Tara, you had a question?
You need to unmute, Tara. Nope. There you go. Tara, we can't hear you if you're speaking.
Tara's always been shy. Tara? I think she's unmuted. While we're waiting for Tara, does who else has questions? What I'm showing you in the background is that database, and this is my database. And you see, I have the ability to just do a quick query. I can find everything that's maturing, and it has an estimated sale date associated. And I want you to be able to say, give me the highest and most likely list of people that want to do a deal or are ready to go into the market in the next 2 years. I could get in front of them and start building that relationship grounded in the information about their portfolios. This is what I'm trying to produce for all of you. And on the company side of the equation, this is what I'm trying to produce for you. So when you get a listing, you're able to find everyone that fits that exact profile, that exact market, and is actively buying or whatever, and or looking at every space in your database and all the tenant companies in the database. And I've been testing it here. It's worked pretty well. But I want you to be able to do it all within the platform. So which of these companies are most likely to need tenant rep, and use external sources of information to play that out. And it tells me why. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. Tara, are you back?
Hey, Mark, real quick, and while we're waiting on Tara, and she can cut in. So, because I'm really looking forward to working on the offering memorandums within CRE Marketplace. Is it going to be easy to be able to integrate that into RealNex so where I can just pull it, or do I need to download it and upload it into RealNex, or will I be able to, are they going to work hand in hand?
Well, I don't have a crisp answer yet, other than expect that the goal is that they will be working together. Whether, if you're using this side of the platform, there's a lot of information here that oftentimes you don't have going into building something, and I'd love to be able to hit CRE marketing, pull the relevant data, to have it drop right into all the fields. On the analysis side, on the rent roll, I have found that there are sources of that because so many firms now, buildings are challenging their assessments. And when they do that, they're having to produce their rent rolls as part of the challenge process, which makes it public information. So I found that, gosh, we could probably get our hands on that as public information and give you more data. So I'm looking at all those aspects. And then on the presentation side of the equation,
as of right
a lot
now,
of you have access to Canva, and we're looking at how we can relate all of that together in here. So that's still work in process. I don't have a crisp date or time, but now that we have CRE Marketing Hub and we're moving toward full integration, we're going to look at every place we can put that in motion here. And we will as soon as we get that, we'll probably have just a whole separate track on the marketing, so using the entire platform for your marketing objectives.
that's pretty good. Little chunk. Mia, oh, this is that hot water tank
Yes,
thing.
someone asked a question. So will this recording be available also? D, I'm sure we'll make sure of that. Is Mark offering that session outside of next week or next week?
They're all about
Kevin is the one that was arranging that. And so
courtesy, but whatever, is what it is. John, that other one, John Ellers, that's another 950, and then Selena Salmon in Ellensburg is.
I know we're at the end of the scheduled time today. Just kind of a quick,
Well, actually,
for everybody that's on the call, are you finding this valuable? And are there any recommendations that you have for me to improve the value of this to you for the next one? If you could just shoot those thoughts real quick into the chat so that I can capture and try to improve. And it would be very much appreciated. I will try to work to create something regarding the OM for a use case. For the next, we won't have these sessions next Friday, Thanksgiving week, as I mentioned, I'm going to try to do the one remote while I'm on vacation, and I'll target either one of the use sessions focused on OM at that time. See, I could use step-by-step roadmap how to use this platform. I'll work to on a master guide for step-by-step. That's great. To bring it into CRE Marketing Hub to make it better. This is great feedback. Okay, let me just screenshot that so I don't lose it. Okay, you all have been fantastic here. Come on, capture this before the call ends. Okay, you all have been fantastic, and I really enjoy having the chance to work with you on your success path here. To be continue. Everyone have a safe and exciting Thanksgiving, and we'll see you the following week.